Okay, here we go. So new top 10 list. Obviously we have a few new units since I've done a top 10 list. I think the last time I did it was when Zamasu got his Zenkai. So since then, obviously we have the new Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta, God Goku, Ultimate Gohan. Who else? LF Kid Buu got his Zenkai. So we have a few new units, and obviously the most important one in my opinion is Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta, because spoilers, he is very very strong. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's really a debate, and I would say like most people would agree that like he is very high up. So yeah, like let's just jump in 7 through 10. So who we have here? So we have LF God Goku. Interesting unit, I would say. Is he even top 10? We'll see, but for now, like, let's just place him there. So we have Baby. I think he has an argument. I think Baby is definitely top 10. So, yeah, let's just put him there. We have Ultra Gohan, Golden Frieza, Ultra UI, Kid Buu. Yeah, we have a lot of options actually. So we are gonna... You know what? Let's just do it differently. So first is going to be Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta. In my opinion, he's the best unit in the game. I don't think that's like a very controversial take. I feel like he just does too much. I feel like his gauge is way too broken. If he has his gauge filled up, by the way, he can pretty much just counter anything besides a rush. And if you have him standby and his gauge is full, like you can just cover change into ultimates and shit. Like it's so fucking broken. Like let's just be honest here. Like he's so fucking broken. He's number 1. I don't think he is like gapping the game. I don't think he destroys everything. I mean, he does destroy everything else, but I don't think he's like beyond like everything else in the game. I think he's number 1, and I think he's comfortably number 1, but I don't think he's like leagues above, let's say, Super Vegito or fusing Gogeta Blue. And by the way, fusing Gogeta Blue and Super Vegito, so I think Super Vegito is probably number 2 and number 3 is Gogeta Blue. I mean, fusions, obviously huge buff, Super Saiyan for Gogeta. One weakness, I would say, is his defenses, although I don't think that's a big deal. He has a gauge that literally makes him untouchable. But he doesn't have endurance, he doesn't have revival, you can just rush him. And obviously this guy, I mean, with his rising rush, you guarantee, you can just guaranteed kill him, right? Like he just kills him. If you manage to land the rush, you don't have to worry about the gauge, you just kill him. We have Gogeta, obviously gains value again. He has the soul chain, so he can actually ignore Gogeta's unit gauge. Which is, I think is like the only unit. Like besides rushing him, like that's the only way you can deal with it. He just ignores it. With his strikes, obviously, he can do it with his blasts, green card, special move. Those get countered, but the assault chain, obviously, the strikes, you can ignore his gauge. So obviously, that's a big buff. Plus these 3 units here, like that's probably the best team in the game, arguably. So I'm just gonna go with this. This is a very easy one. Top 3, in my opinion, the 3 fusions. Arguably, who else can you put here? Like maybe Ultimate Gohan. I think Ultimate Gohan has the argument that maybe he's top 3. But I'm gonna be completely honest, since Gogeta came out, I don't see Ultimate Gohan at all. Obviously still very very strong, but I just don't see him. He kind of fell off. Not really, but at the same time, once again, he's not really in my matches anymore. And when I see him, he's not really a problem, to be completely honest. I feel like Gogeta is just a better unit. He's just the better purple. And obviously since Ultimate Gohan and like this guy was like the combo, this guy obviously hard counters this guy. So I mean that makes sense that since Ultra Gohan fell off a little bit, he's still really fucking good, like don't get me wrong, but obviously he gets color countered and all that shit, so that hurts him. And since this guy got hurt too. So in my opinion, he's gotta be number 4. I think Ultimate Gohan is number 4. Who is number 5? I don't think Ultra Gohan is number 5, by the way. I think Zamasu is going to be here. I think Zamasu is probably top 6. And after that, am I missing a unit, by the way? I don't think I'm missing anyone here. I think I have all the important units. I don't think any of these guys are top 10. GT Goku could be up here in the honorable mention list. Honestly, I'm gonna put Ultra Omega here as well. I don't think he's top 10, but honestly, like GT got a massive buff. And Ultra Omega is probably the best red on the team. Obviously, Super 17 is the other red, but why would you run Super 17? He's a blast-based unit, GT Strike. Kind of makes sense that you just run this guy instead of Super 17, and obviously with his plat, he's a very decent unit. I think I'm gonna put him here. I don't think he's top 10, but almost. Oh my god, this guy. Fusions did get a buff, but I mean, the new Fusion is a purple who is in every fucking match. So, I don't know. Let's just... I'm a big fan, for sure. I think I'm like the biggest fan. I'm like his biggest defender, but like, I don't know if I can... I don't know. Let's just move on. Okay. So number 5, Zamasu, and after that, who do we have here? So I think maybe Ultra UI, Baby, Golden Frieza. I think these guys probably have a strong argument. I kind of want to put Golden Frieza. I mean, Golden Frieza is really good, but like, why would you run Golden Frieza? Like, we don't really have any greens besides Ultra Gohan. But Ultra Gohan is not really that relevant anymore, to be completely honest. Like, let's just say you run these 3, right? Like, at least he counters Super Vegito, but at the same time, Super Vegito can also just rush him. And obviously we have this guy who just covers him and shits on him. I mean, shits on Gohan. So like, Gohan is obviously still the best green unit. Like, other than that, like, these are pretty much the only 3, these are like the only green units. Maybe you can save this guy, because obviously, like, once again, fusions, and I still have him on the team. Because like still, like, revival. Other than that, like, fusions don't have any, like, rush control. Like, this is like these 3 and this guy, so that's basically like the fusion lineup, and this guy. So I still have him on the team because of, once again, like, rush control. But yeah, I don't see him too much. I don't see God Goku too much. I don't see Evil Buu too much, obviously, since this guy came out. Like, greens are just completely irrelevant. Yellows obviously gain a ton of value, so I don't really see why Golden Frieza should be up here. I mean, he's up here for sure, like, he's a very strong unit, but once again, greens are irrelevant, and yellows gain a ton of value. So I think I'm just gonna go with Ultra UI number 6. I think so. Like, who else should be here? Who else should be above UI? Baby? Looking at it, this is probably my top 10, by the way. These 10. Shin could be up here. I think Shin is like almost a top 10 unit. He's very annoying. Like, I hate Shin so much. I hate that unit so much with a passion. And I would probably put Shin above, like, any of these honorable mention units. Which is kind of crazy, like, putting Shin above God Goku. Part 2 was so fucking bad, dude. I, like, just thinking about it. Like, Ultimate Gohan, like, sure, at least he's very, very good. But first of all, he's purple. So he just shuts down this guy. Now we get another purple, who is the best unit in the game. Obviously, this guy just becomes completely, almost unrunnable. And I think he's fine. Like, he's a fine anniversary unit. I don't really have a problem with it, but he's underwhelming. And the other unit, who is, of course, very good, but I don't think this unit should be an anniversary unit at all. I don't really understand how Ultimate Gohan is a fucking anniversary birthday unit, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, part 2 was fucking terrible. Like, especially since this guy came out, like, it just became even worse. So yeah, I think, honestly, like, looking at it, I think I'm gonna... Zamasu is so good, dude. And honestly, I don't really want to put anyone above Zamasu. He's a really good option, obviously. Like, you can run obviously the first three, and you can run Zamasu instead of whoever. And once again, like obviously yellows gain a ton of value. We have three very strong yellows, so obviously Zamasu gains value as well. I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna go with Zamasu number 5, UI 6. I have to test UI out. I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't used him since Gogeta came out. Because, to be fair, UI, I do think he gains value in a sense. At the same time, Gogeta can actually counter his lock-in, which is kind of ridiculous. So that definitely hurts him. But for now, like obviously this is a very early list. Gogeta just came out like 2 days ago, so this is obviously very early. Don't take this tier list like super seriously, because like once again, like this is like just a very fast, like what I'm seeing right now. Obviously this my opinions could change in a couple of days, couple of weeks, obviously drastically, honestly. So don't take this one too seriously. I think I'm gonna go with this. I don't really see a reason like why Zamasu isn't like a top 5 unit. Like I don't really see any of these units above him, honestly. Number 6 is UI. I think Baby could be above him. I don't really see Golden Frieza. I think individually he's still one of the best units in the game. I definitely think that. I easily top 5 still. But right now I don't really see like why would you run Golden Frieza. Once again, yellows gain value, greens are irrelevant. There are no like green units running around actually. The only green you can see is probably this guy, but even then, like everyone has this guy, so no one is running Golden Frieza. Yeah, I don't really want to push him above anyone here, honestly. I think Baby number 7 is probably I think that makes sense. Yeah, Golden Frieza is number 8, I guess. 9 is UI, Ultra Gohan. 9 is Ultra Gohan, and number 10, Kid Buu. Okay, so we have Kid Buu, Shin. Once again, I think Shin is probably better than all of these units. It's honestly, it's between Shin and Kid Buu. To be fair, like both of these units gain value because Shin is a red. And besides Zamasu, I mean, to be fair, Ultra Mega is decent. But after Zamasu is probably the best red, and once again, like yellows gain a ton of value. And reds are not running around that much. Like I see Zamasu here and there, but honestly, like I don't think Zamasu is like one of the most common units. Like obviously we see all like these 3 fusions all the time. I think that they are the most common units. So yeah, I don't see like a lot of reds running around. So obviously yellows gain value. And obviously like this guy is a very good option. I think it's between Kid Buu and Shin, probably. So it could go either way actually. I'm not gonna go crazy about this one. Shin or Kid Buu. I'm gonna say Kid Buu. Nah, I think Shin. It's just so fucking annoying. I'm just gonna say Shin number 10. Who cares? Kid Buu number 11, right? And after that, these are like my honorable mentions. It's so crazy that God Goku is probably not even... Is he... I mean, to be fair, like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, he's like maybe a top 15 unit. And he just came out like 3 weeks ago. That's so crazy. Oh, we have this guy too. I forgot about Revival Gohan, but to be fair, he just lost a lot of value. Before Gogeta, he was probably not top 10 unit actually. His Zenkai was really strong. But once again, Ultra Super Saiyan for Gogeta just completely shuts him down. And obviously he has the same problem as Pycon, that Gogeta, if you eat the ultimate with these units, you revive with 70% HP less, which is, I think that's a big deal. This guy revives with like 300 or 400k HP, and you can basically just quick attack and kill him. which is a big deal in my opinion. So I'm not gonna go crazy about this one. I usually don't like order the honorable mention units, but I think these are probably the honorable mention units. I don't really see anyone, or at least I can't think of any other unit that's like worth mentioning. Maybe LF Broly. He could be up here. He should be decent. I see no reason why Broly shouldn't be like a decent unit. Because once again, greens lost a lot of value, so Broly should be fine. Yeah, I think he's definitely should be in the honorable mention tier. Yeah, I think once again, like, I'm not gonna order the honorable mention tier, but other than that, I think this is fine. So top three, in my opinion, the fusions. Yeah, first, in my opinion, the best unit in the game is Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I think that's like a very obvious thing to say, and I don't think a lot of people arguing that. Number two, I think Super Vegito is number two, just straight up. Obviously, Gogeta covers him. So, like, this guy got a ton of value. Greens fell off. This guy he's just amazing. And he's one of the best counters because of his Rising Rush, obviously. Because, yeah, that sounds kind of silly, but at the same time, Rising Rush is like the biggest weakness of this unit. Because he can counter everything, right? Like, he counters everything besides Rising Rush. And he doesn't have any anti-Rising Rush mechanic. He doesn't have Endurance, Revival, any of those things. This guy rushes him, is GG's. He's dead, obviously. Guaranteed rush, basically, kills him. This guy gains a ton of value once again, obviously, ignores the Unigauge. So yeah, these are number three, top three. And after that, like, I think Ultimate Gun is still number four. He's still definitely, like, individually one of the best units in the game. Like, I think you can probably argue that this guy is better individually than Gogeta Blue, for example. But Gogeta, I think he has way more value in the current meta. Zamasu 5, UI 6, I think that's fine. You can definitely make an argument for, like, I think you can swap these three around a little bit. I would probably say Zamasu is number 5. I think you can definitely swap Baby with UI, but I'm gonna go with UI for now. Obviously, GT gains a ton of value, so maybe Baby should be higher than UI, but once again, like, this is very early. Maybe in a couple of days, I'm gonna change my mind and I'm gonna put Baby above UI. Frieza, great unit. Once again, I don't really see a reason to run him. Greens fell off, yellows gain value. He's a purple. I don't know, like, the best unit is a purple. Why would you run Frieza? I don't know, man. Like, I just see in the current meta, although individually is great and he's like a top 5 unit in my opinion, individually still. Why would you run him? I don't really see a reason. And what team you're running? Like, movies? I guess. I don't know, man. Like, why would you run movies? And even if you run movies, like, what is your team? This guy, and God Goku? When every match is Ultra Gogeta, like, I don't know, man. I'm just not the biggest fan. I don't think movies is, like, in a great spot at the moment. I don't think it's, like, a terrible team. I used God Goku, by the way, yesterday, so in case you're interested, check it out. Check that video out, and he didn't do, like, horrible, but he... Obviously, it's like, why would you run God Goku? And at that point, like, what is the team you're running Frieza on? Like, LOE? Like, I don't know, man. Like a mono purple, and maybe, like, you can run Zamasu on leader. But I don't know, like, that just doesn't seem like a super good team when you have these two. Like, these two completely counter your whole team, and you have this guy, you have no answer to this guy. I don't know, man. So Frieza, I think number 8 is fine. He can definitely move up in the future because he definitely have the potential. And, like, once again, like, individually, I think he's easily a top 5 unit. Like, I do think that he's, like, easily better than Zamasu. I don't think Zamasu is a better unit, but in the current meta, yeah. Ultra Gohan, although he lost a lot of value, that's crazy, actually, thinking that he's, like, number 9. Before Gogeta, I think he was arguably number 1. If not number 1, number 2. So that is crazy to think about that. That's actually crazy. But yeah, I just don't want to push him too much higher when we have this guy here. Like maybe you can push him above Golden Frieza. Like maybe you can do that, but even then, like Golden Friezas have type advantage. But who is the better unit in the current meta? Gohan or Frieza? Hybrids should be still like a decent team. Some family should be a good team. Like this guy, right? Like some family. So Ultra Gohan, Ultra UI, and Ultimate Gohan. That team should still be really, really strong. Obviously, UI against Gogeta. You have this guy who is obviously still top 4. Arguably, maybe even top 3. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with this. Number 8, Ultra Gohan. Number 9, Frieza. I think this could go either way. Actually, I think this could go either way. So UI maybe it could go either way. These two could go either way, and I think Shin and LF Kid Buu could go either way as well. So we'll see once again. Very early tier list. And honorable mentions. I don't think I'm missing any unit. I don't really see any other units here. Once again, I'm not gonna order these units, so these are just like here, like this is like a top 15, 16, 11. Okay, so this is basically, I think this is top 17. Yeah. Like maybe we could add this guy, we'll see. Like once again, I'm not sure about him. For now, I have him on my Fusions team, but I can definitely see him just completely like falling out of the team. Like I can see myself removing him completely, even though he has revival, even though I love this unit. I can definitely see him just losing basically all his value. But I don't know, maybe like you can still make an argument that like yeah, sure, he's on the team, and if you're not running into Ultra Gogeta, then maybe you can just run him then, because he's still like a decent unit against Super Vegito. I don't know. Maybe I'm just coping, whatever. Like, yeah, I think this is gonna be my top 10. There are definitely a few units. Like basically, like after top 6, I feel like you can definitely move around stuff, and I wouldn't go crazy about that. Like if you think that baby is better than UI, I think that's completely valid. I think Ultra Golden Frieza above Ultra Gohan is completely valid as well. So yeah, this is gonna be my. So yeah, this is gonna be my top 10. I think this is fine. Once again, Gogeta came out like 2 days ago, so it's once again very early. But these 3, I think I'm like very comfortable saying that these 3 are like, yeah, like this is the top 3. Gogeta, Vegito, and Gogeta. I think that's like, yeah. And Gohan is number 4. I think that's like, top 4 is like, yeah. I don't really see any other units above these guys. So yeah, this is gonna be my top 10 list. I'm gonna do more of these. I'm actually thinking about doing like a full tier list. So basically like just ranking all these units. We also have Giblet here. Well, yeah, I would say is not like the greatest unit ever. It's not the craziest one. I'm actually thinking about doing like a full tier list, like ranking every single unit here. Like obviously this is not all the units we have in Dragon Ball Legends, but these are a lot of units. And I could just do a tier list ranking all of these units. By the way, shout out to DNGE. He's the one who makes this tier list. Shout out to him. And yeah, I think this is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the top 10. Let me know what your top 10 looks like. And thanks for watching.